Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about how to search all data in all databases. Let me share my screen real quick. This is Speech Runner 11. Let's see what we're talking about here in this project. So imagine a situation, you have a very large project, very large maybe database, and some data may appear in multiple tables. Like for instance, you have some data about a person, and you have a common some common ID like their social security number and maybe like a driver's license number, etc. And data about this person may appear in multiple database tables, maybe like dozens of them. So and you quickly need to see like I just want to like really quick see what tables what kind of data we have on something on this person. Doesn't matter what kind of table is that. I just want to see all the data that is relevant. So we implemented this kind of like search the whole database functionality, and this is how we did it. So we decided that using the dashboard would be a better option from a usability point of view. We don't want just to display data from the database. We want it to be usable. So let me show you how it works, and I will explain how did we build this kind of project. View in browser. Just to notice the latest update, if you go to the last screen here, all links here are usable now, so you can click view in browser and it will open this page in the browser. So I know that people mentioned this many times, so now all the links here are usable. Okay, so this is our dashboard. So by default, we have added all 5 tables from our project to this dashboard. And if we do not perform any search, it just shows us all content in all tables, right? And let's see, we just want to know which tables mention something about BMW. I click the search and it shows me that we have 2 tables here, cars, and cars make, nothing else. It hide if you run a search, it will hide the table that do not produce any results. And again, when you have like dozens of tables or even hundreds, it can be really useful. Let's me search for something like test. And it shows us 2 tables again, cars, and we have a user email address test. So this is that. And again, if we reset the search, it will show us just all data in all tables. So let me show you how did we do this. So first of all, so let's go to our page designer screen. And you can see that on our dashboard, we have added all 5 tables that we want to include into this kind of functionality right here. So what is important here is there is one table per row. Again, just like a usability point. Item ID. What is important is item ID here. And you may notice that all item IDs have a name, dashboard underscore, and then there is a table name. And this is something that is important. This is what we have changed. And if you add a new table here, you need to make sure that it does the same, follow the same naming convention. And Same thing here. So, and the code, let's take a look at what kind of code we have here. So on the event screen, our after application initialized event, it's in a session variable, it's an array named tables. We list all of the tables that included in the dashboard. So we do not have any other option to get the list of all objects in the dashboard. So we have to list all these tables here manually. So if we to add a new table, we need to add it both to the dashboard and to the array, to this session array. And we also include a file with PHP code named project functions. As you remember, you can do that on a style screen, and this is a file. The file is really, really simple. And we just, by including it, we can just use the same function in all before display events of all 5 tables. So the point is just to prevent copying and pasting and just call this function which names show grid. So let's take a look at what this function does. It's also really, really simple. We are passing page object as an argument, and we are checking if our page object, which refers to our list page, if this variable is more than 0, if does have any data or it doesn't. And also we make sure that name of the table is a part of our session tables array. So if we have some data and our table name is in the array, then we return true. Otherwise, we return false. So show grid, yes or no, basically. And this is how we use this function. If you go to event screen and take a look at before display event. So using the proxy value technique, we pass a value of show grid, what that function returns for the current page object. So page object obviously will be different for every table, but the point is to make this code universal. So if you need to add one more table, and we will do it as an experiment. So this is what you need to do. You need to call this function in before display event, and based on if search matches any data, we either show this grid or we hide it. And in our JavaScript unload event, we call another function that is responsible for displaying this link. Let me show you the link right here. You see, it says proceed to cars, which is a table name. And if you didn't run any search by proceeding to cars, it just displays all the records in the table. And we have 9 records here. And if we did run a search like BMW, right? And we click now proceed to cars, it only shows us those relevant search results. You can see that it's very simple. It just adds a parameter named QS, quick search, and passes the value of a search field. That is it. So the difference between these 2 options, this is just a link to the list page. You can see it at the left bottom part of my screen, and the same with models, etc., etc. And if you run a search, then you can see that link now points to search results of Toyota. So this is how you can build something that implements the search across the whole database. So let me show you JavaScript, let me show you how we create this kind of link. So make grid link. So with JavaScript code, the best place to add a common JavaScript code that can be used on any page is a custom functions.js item on the event editor screen. And this is our code. So what we do here is we get a hold of this element, which is our dashboard underscore table name. And then based off if we need to show or hide the grid, if we need to hide it, we hide the whole element. And if we need to show it, we read the value of the current search value from a search box, which has ID of CTL search for. And if there is something in there, we add a link that points to search results. You see the difference between these two lines of the code. The main difference is that here in the first line, when we have a search value, we are adding QS parameter with a search value here, right here. And when we do not have any search value, when our search box is empty, we just make a hyperlink pointing to the list page, no search parameter. So it is pretty straightforward. And now we just, again, add this kind of code, calling our function in every single just return load event of our list pages. So let's, just for the experiment, let's add one more table to the dashboard. So let's go to the tables screen. And let's add a categories table here. I will explain what other options do have to implement search across all the tables, which might be, okay, categories right here. So we have added categories table to the project. And now let's go to our dashboard and add it to the list, and probably at the bottom. Dashboard, right here. So we insert one more element here and add element, and it's going to be categories table, and it's going to be data grid. Okay, right here, and we will make sure that let's double check. So it needs to be item ID needs to be dashboard underscore categories. Let me do this. Categories. Okay. Now let's go to the event editor screen. So if you have like literally hundreds of tables in your database and you want all of them to be searchable in this way, then probably this option is not for you, because you will have to repeat these steps for every single table, which is probably not ideal. I will explain what other options do you have, and I just feel like this option is more usable from the end user point of view, and I will explain why. So let me add this for categories table before display when right here. And the same for JavaScript and load event. So just basically copy and paste list page, JavaScript and load event right here. So let's build the project and see what happens. View in browser. And this is our dashboard page, which now has a categories table as well. So let's see if we can search for something that let's see, obviously something seed related will be in cars table. Cars make, I don't see anything that relevant to see here. Maybe some other field that is not displayed here. And what do we have here? That's our seafood. So it makes sense.